Newspaper review right here on 92.3 Nigeria Info. I'm Sam Oracle Chinedu. This is where we take the headlines that matter. We're kicking off with the Punch. PDP Atiku close case against Tinubu Thursday. Osun APC PDP bicker over arrest rumor. NDLEA NAFDAC board not dissolved. This is according to presidency. Enugu government appoints chief of staff and 23 others. New service chiefs, 100 military generals may be retired. Federal government demands 5,000 naira promotional exam fee. Federal government votes 24 billion naira for 10th National Assembly members' accommodation. Use IT to drive tax collection, experts tell the federal government. And over to the Vanguard. Insecurity, we're training troops for operational readiness, the army says. Alleged 34 million naira agents funds. Osun Labour Party suspends chairman. Enugu government plants 100,000 hectares of cassava plantations for export. The presidential poll, Tinubu to open defense June 30 as Atiku and Obi close case on Friday. Redeploy police to fight bandits. Group tasks Plateau Commissioner of Police. Well, to get your voice heard, to respond or react to the headlines, the numbers to call are 0817 923 0002. It is important that you go straight to the point. It's more important to turn off your radio as you call. WhatsApp is 080 903 06416. We are live on Facebook and Twitter. That means you can watch as you listen. So go on those platforms and make your voice heard. I seem to have Lugard calling from HA. Good morning, Lugard.
Yes. I'm Oracle Chinedu.
Good morning.
Greetings from HA to you. Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, Governor of Rivers State, Sim, telling us that plans are underway in fixing water in Secretariat and the lift. And some other governors have started working, and our governor is here telling us plans are underway. Is it that he is not aware of the nature of that Secretariat as a civil servant? By now, we expected this governor to hit the ground running, not to tell us that plans are underway. We don't want to hear plans underway. We want work, still working. On the issue of providing buses for workers, please, workers are not the only people that are affected in this fuel subsidy. I expected him to say we want to provide buses for Rivers people. Please, after the time with that number, that this young woman Sim is not prepared for governance.
Wow.
It's just that Governor Wike packaged him for us based on the money that was withdrawn behind that billions of naira, so that the community will cover him. Sim is not prepared to govern Rivers State.
Wow, you remain Lugaman. I had like a million questions. JJ from Rubikbo, good morning.
Yeah, Sam, good morning.
Good morning.
You see, our people say that if you're not there when somebody is buried, they ask you to assume the person, you will go start from the leg thinking you're doing the right thing.
Wow.
Rivers State government saying that they want to provide palliative to cushion the effect of the subsidy removal for Rivers people. So what are we talking about here? That's the right way to go. And the same Fubara, who is the governor right now, have said it all, that will provide this for Rivers people to use, and it will be for all, not for a certain people. So if people don't hear well, maybe what they call now, cotton bud is very cheap in the market, and for the Secretariat. So Sam, as you are now, you just come into Nigeria Info building and begin to restructure, destroy this, and you make talk with the contractors. They bring performer invoice, they bring everything, and it's a process. Not because you enter office today and because you're used to the studio, you just come. Sam, you remember at a time when you people were designing your studio as a world class now, that you were using a makeshift Leadership Studio.
Wow.
I am using Nigeria Info as example right now. So that is the process you go through to do this. And conclusively, special advisor to Atiku saying that it was alcohol intake that affected our former governor. The last time I checked, this guy is not a medical doctor. And the man who suffered this whole thing, according to Pastor Chris Oyakhilome, he said no one knows the pains that the sufferer of arthritis is going through. A man that has gone to Beirut and the doctor told him you were poisoned, and somebody sit in the comfort of his house saying another thing. I don't get it. You're not a doctor. You don't know anything about this man.
Okay,
so for me, people should be careful not to discuss people's health outside. When they are saying it, you already call them.
Thank you very much. Leighton Barry from Bori. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Please go
How
ahead.
You doing?
I'm wonderful.
Thank you. Let me look at the governor says he will provide transportation for workers. Well, for me, there is nothing bad in doing that. But for me, I want to tell him he should first of all start tackling the problem of wages to workers first. That is the important thing, because doing this one now and the people are suffering is like putting gun by the side of your risk and ask you to smile when you are dying. So those ones are supposed to be a surcharge to be waged in order to sustain all the workers to see that yes, from the transportation side, things is actually coming to support them after the wage has been provided. Then you can see that most of these things they are saying they are doing remain only at the secretariat there. That is when you hear about workers in River State. It does not get to the people at the local government level. I have those who are working at the local government. They said letters have been given for promotion. Nothing has gotten to anyone. You know very well that the Local Government Service Commission is crumbled down, is down now. Nobody works there. Nobody has been appointed to look at workers' welfare at the local government level. But if they should not continue like this, because it will not take us anywhere. Then the Atiku advisor said the intake of alcohol is what is a problem to the governor. The day I hear the governor complaining that it was alcohol, it was that he was poisoned, I almost put this because that has been his habit, and he should be advised. Wow. Because he takes alcohol so much. A lot of people have complained about that. Wow. So please, he should not use what he's doing to be blaming Rivers people as if Rivers people are responsible for his illness.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, I'm curious at this point. I honestly am. It's possible. The alcohol was boughten for. Did I say boughten? Was gotten from somebody's shop. Very possible. Daughter from Gokana. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother Sam.
Good morning. Please go ahead.
Thank you. I was at the meeting between the governor and NSC officials, and the result out is a good one. From what the governor has said, the things that the civil servants and the secretaries have been talking about is what the governor is set to do. I want to say that all that this governor needs from us is prayers and support, because he has come. He's a Rivers man. He was voted for as a Rivers man, and he's ruling this state right now. So for me, every Rivers man or woman should see how you support this governor to succeed. Because for me, I know he will succeed, God being on his side. The water, the lift, he has mentioned them all. And I am sure that in the few days to come now, those who are working there will be enjoying themselves. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Governor, and God bless you for us.
Thank you very much, Madam Daughter. I honestly cannot wait for the elevators at the Secretariat to be fixed so that it's no longer an issue. It really does seem that it is as big a problem as power, water, security. It's that huge. We've had that problem for quite some time. Clinton from Bori, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Sam.
Good morning. Please go ahead.
Yeah, first of all, I want to commend the governor for the initiative that he's trying to put in place to cushion the effect of the subsidy on the part of the civil servants rather. It's a good one. And I actually want to say that it's not only River State civil servants that live in River State. I also wanted to extend this palliative to other people that live in River State as well, because not everyone is working. Then, secondly, the spokesperson to the Atiku Banker saying that Governor Wike, the alcohol intake for Governor Wike is the reason why he had a black liver and something like that. I think it's really bad because this is someone's health, and people should not be talking like this on radio, on media.
Okay.
Because the man has suffered. Whether he's lying or not, it's his life. And we thank God that he survived that attack.
Thank you very much, Clinton. Mufasa calls from NT Road. Good morning, Mufasa.
Yeah, God bless you, Sam. Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Well, I want to join my voice with other well-meaning Rivers people and, of course, Nigerians to commend the governor of Rivers State for taking a very, very, good step, with the discussion he had with the NLC yesterday. And we all know that Governor Stephen Fubara, is somebody who has actually been at the Secretariat for a very long time. Man, the place is like a familiar terrain to him. So all that he has said, something he has made to civil servants, is something that I'm sure he's going to do. And like what the previous caller said, Port Rivers will equally benefit from municipality because if buses are put on the road, I'm sure that if you're in Rivers State and you want to fly those buses, you'll be allowed to use those buses. If you support him, I'm sure he has a very, very good thing to do for Rivers. The Bible said that the people created to Frank Shaibu. I do not think it is appropriate for people to begin to make a mockery of somebody's health. Man said an attempt was made in his life, and thank God that people didn't succeed. Former Governor Wike, is not the only person that takes alcohol. We all take alcohol once, but we shouldn't use somebody's health to begin to play politics on national radio. It is very, very wrong. Let us be guided adequately.
All right.
The position this morning. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Mufasa. Augustine from Forces Avenue. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. Let me quickly comment on the statement credited by one of the Atiku's aides. For me, if you ask me, that statement is neither here or there.
Oh, really? So where is it?
That is when people begin to suffer for political frustration. That is just that. Long as the former governor of Rivers State is concerned, if we know how he emerged and where he came from, you should know that no matter the forces against him, there is no way God would have allowed this man to die. The first prophecy before he emerged as the governor was in OPM, where the General Overseer of OPM said, "Go and conquer." When Goodluck Jonathan lost the election, he went to Salvation Ministry, and the BM said he had the wisest against among all.
Wow.
When he lost his matter in the tribunal to a Appeal Court, he went to Redeemed Christian Church of God, where that the devil said, "God will revise all the irreversible."
Wow.
That is to tell you a man that God projected to serve his people, to save his people. A list of speculation has come to over a year weekend. Some said he has been beside. Some said the mother is dead.
Wow.
Some said the father is under weak care.
Augustine.
But the man has served as a governor of Harvard, met his family. His father received him. His mother received him. In fact, that day, when I saw his father, when I saw his mother receiving him, tears run from my eyes.
Wow.
I say, I wish
Augustine.
my father would be alive.
Augustine.
I wish my mother would be alive
Augustine.
to receive me in a day like this.
Augustine, my brother. Augustine. Can you hear me? Wow. Oh, my goodness. I had like a million questions. So I'm not concerned that the former governor got from different churches. I'm concerned about Augustine's ability to track and trace. That's dealing with a lot of data that takes commitment. I'm proud of you, Augustine. Thank you for your service. God's time from Onelga. Good morning.
Good morning, Samuel Okuchimedu.
Good morning.
Yeah, the governor, I want to commend him first of all for trying to put things in place to cushion the effect of the subsidy removal.
by providing buses for the workers, but you should extend that gesture to citizens of Rivers State and not just the civil servants. Because one, we are also having the difficulties of transporting ourselves from one place to another. And secondly, the governor saying that he is going to fix the elevators and the water system in the secretariat. I think it's something he would have done without even coming to tell us. Because inspecting the place, I just felt maybe he has contracted contractors that will even start work. But it's unfortunate that he's still coming out to tell us that he will fix it. I just pray he fix it because the civil servants are really suffering. Climbing to the podium block is something that you need some good head before you get to that place. Okay. And conclusively, Atiku Abubakar State coming out to say the ex-governor A.E.M. Wike is because of alcohol that he had black livers and the rest of them. I think we shouldn't come on air or because of political affiliation or interest to castigate the head of anyone. I am not part and parcel of such. I am not a supporter of EMWK, but when it comes to head, we should be careful on what we say on air.
Thank you very much, Ghost.
We wouldn't attract the wrath of God upon ourselves.
Interesting. Dennis from the airport, good morning.
Yeah, Mr. Sam, good morning.
Good morning.
I want to talk on this tariff of electricity and unified exchange rate as introduced by the president. Sam, I studied in India, and Indians considered me only qualified not for a first class, not for a second class, not for a third class. They gave me a pass.
Congratulations.
And I'm shocked that with all the first classes we have in Nigeria, second class upper and this and that, nobody can see banana peels for a very, very poverty-stricken nation that we are pursuing. How is it that we, as a nation, wake up every morning and there are millions of petrodollars for our use? Sam, 1 billion divided by 14 million, which is the cost of a 90-seater bus, gives you 71 buses. If you put 71 buses with just 1 billion in Port Harcourt or Lagos or any other city in Nigeria, Nigerians should be happy. Sam, a tractor that can till land and provide for people only maybe to go and plant cassava, and at the end of the day, we will have enormous food supply. Cost 4 million. Divide 1 billion by 4 million. You understand? You have a lot of, boost for our agri. Now, let all the politicians who have stashed away so much lost fund, this country is so rich, Sam. Honestly, it is embarrassing that individuals cannot build one-story building and call it a government house. If by the end of this year we do not buy $1 for 1,000 naira, then you tell me to burn my certificate, and I will go to jail if it doesn't happen.
No, please, I will not tell you to burn your certificate. I don't think I'm interested in such matters. It took a while to get what you were saying. Understand it, rather.
That's what I'm expecting them since. Labour is always concerned what they fit, only their own. The major problem Nigeria is having is our advances are not working. What stop Labour, both in River State here and national, to go to NNPC and give the ultimatum that if you cannot refine from so much and so much, you have been promising us and been telling us we are going to go on strike. Labour will not do that because most of them have limitations. Wow. They are ready for it. I'm telling you, Oracle, our problem is how to refine product. If NNPC starts to refine product today, everything will be cheap. Then what stop Labour to go to NNPC and make the director and get them ultimatum that if people do not start refining something, we are going to strike. They will not do it. The man that they read the article is personal or what?
Hello? All right, Osako, thank you very much. Now I'm moving over to Facebook, Twitter, and WhatsApp to take text-based feedback. Son of Light on Twitter Says Governor Fubara, assuring NLT of measures to cushion the effect of subsidy removal and workers' welfare is a commendable one. At Malka Monday, the backlash over the appointment of new service chiefs against over 100 military generals is a good one. They should go on retirement to allow sanity in the military. And Tony Anthony says Governor Sim Fubara should be commended for steps taken to tackle the effect of the removal of fuel subsidy. Justice Ori, police arrested some persons on drug-related issues. Drug intake is bad with no benefits. While we speak against it, sensitization against drug usage should be increased. Justice Gibson, good morning. Seem to provide buses to cushion subsidy removal effect. How many of these buses will be enough? What about other rural areas like Maibori? Until this happens, I reserve my comment. Well, we're watching and waiting. And Christian Williams, finally on Twitter, the high increase of drug consumption in the state is alarming. For me, eradicating these hard drugs will help to reduce crime in the society. Kudos to the police. And let's go over now to Facebook, where we are live. Is facebook.com/Nigeria Info PH. I have Dr. Mrs. Olebra. On the new service chief, security has to do with competence, capacity, honesty, dedication, courage, and skills. Let them be given the incentives and be equipped with relevant, sophisticated, modern tools. Forum Fred says, good morning. As Governor Sim Fubara sets to roll out vehicles for civil servants in the state with a view to helping them reduce the high cost of transportation, I urge him to extend that to student communities because, like civil servants, students also need help. And Obina Noble says Governor Sim Fubara's plan to purchase buses to help Rivers civil servants is a good one. This means that the current government of Rivers State means well for the state. Let him also look into the going employment and increase it to 20,000. Well, the 10,000 already had complaints about the process. So let's fix that first. Ajugu Nuhu says, PDP reconciliation parley, Wike absent. It is better to be absent than the FCC grilling without mercy. Wike is enjoying himself with his Aso Rock friends. Interesting. And Eunice says, River State providing buses for civil servants as a result of subsidy removal. I ask, what about students? Well, people are speaking for the students. We'll take a break, and coming up next, I'll take a few messages on WhatsApp. Please stay with us. 8 a.m., 7 o'clock happens in about 2 minutes. We have comments on WhatsApp. Whilst Sim Fobar makes moves to better the lives of civil servants, he should equally set in moves to better the lives of students. In that regard, Forum from HA says a lot of people speaking for students. Well, let's see how it eventually plays out. And the governor of Rivers State came into power with a campaign of consolidation, meaning he's continuing his leadership without innovation, rather continuing just exactly with the old ways of doing things. I don't understand the one-sided leadership benefits in Nigeria. Well, I don't have your name here, but I think you need to look holistically, as English people would say, into the meaning of consolidation. All right. The news comes up at 7. After that, sports follows. Please stay with us.